As much as you're meant to, you know, not like her, Zoey is just the epitome of that goth kind of hot teenage babysitter we all wanted, right? What are we doing today? What's up, guys? It's Pieman, and we've got a fan cast, and it is the first in... Not every fan cast I do this month will be like Halloween-y based, but there's a few of them out there. Oh yeah, for sure. And the first one is Monster House. Yeah, Monster House is... It's a film that I didn't love the first couple of times I saw it, I don't think, as a kid. I wasn't that young when it came out, so that, you know, that kind of didn't necessarily help. But also, like, the art style and stuff, I didn't love it. And it kind of has grown on me, to the point where now I'm kind of like, yeah, you know what? Hell, yeah, Monster House. I like Monster House. And it's very much the kind of film that you could totally imagine a live-action version of something very similar to this coming out, like, now on Netflix, and me reviewing it and going, hell yeah, actually, that was surprisingly good, you know? So that is why I kind of think, yeah, I'm all in for it. Live-action Monster House. I would totally watch that. I would go for that. That could be really fun. And when I started thinking about the cast that we could use for this, I kind of started going, yeah, oh yes, actually, definitely in for it, okay? Also, thank you, there were multiple people actually asking for this in the comments, which is unusual, but yeah, thank you, and keep suggesting, and you know what, just before we start, subscribe as well, okay? Let's go. So, the lead is DJ, and he is kind of your traditional lead for this style of film, isn't he? He's this kid, there's this girl he likes, he's got his friend sidekick who he will eventually argue with, but that'll all be okay in the end, and he's kind of nervy, nice kid, you know the type. And in my mind, there's a couple of people you could get for someone like this. I just watched Hubie Halloween, and as much as I did not like it, Noah Schnapp could do that kind of thing. You know, I was thinking that, but I'd think Jaeden Martell, yeah. I mean, yes, it is true, we've already seen him as that exact kind of lead in like It, you know? He actually had like the stutter as Bill and stuff. And he was this nice guy. He was also kind of leading the group, you know, boldly, yeah, I will do that. But, you know, he's kind of that age now. He's kind of 17, 18. And that's the right kind of age, I think, for this version, you know. What age are they meant to be? Don't really remember. But he's that age where if you really wanted to push it a bit, you could still play like 13, 14. Easily play 15 or 16, you know. So I definitely think he's just used to it, you know, and it'll be a lot easier doing this kind of more child-based horror-y film than it is doing It, because it messed up, yo. Next, Chowder is his friend, and Chowder is, you know, he's that loudmouth sidekick. Yeah, Chowder annoys me. But he's kind of, yeah. No, Chowder just annoys me, actually. You know what? He's just an annoying character. Why is he called Chowder? Is that his name? I don't know. Anyway, I think Julian Dennison should play Chowder. Yeah, because he is, in Deadpool 2, as Fire Fist, he was totally that kind of... He's this kid, and he's doing it very well, but he's, like, very annoying. He's a very annoying character, isn't he? So I definitely think he could do something similar with Chowder. And, again, he's like 17, 18, you know? You're just talking that kind of age is where I'm going for this. Maybe you guys would prefer to see it as a younger cast. I don't think it's necessary for this one. I don't think a younger cast is necessary. He was at the age, DJ, where he was complaining about his mom still getting him a babysitter, right? Yeah, so I think it's fine. 17, 18-year-olds. Also Julian Dennison. He's been in a couple of other things. He's going to be in Godzilla vs. Kong. And he's just good at that kind of role, you know. Next, then for Jenny, that's the three leads, isn't it? You've got the guy, the sidekick, the girl. How many films have those three roles as their leads? Anyway, Jenny is kind of more on the side, right? More on the side of like tomboyish, right? And things like that. And for this one, I am just going to kind of dip into that Stranger Things pool, okay? And I'm going to say Sadie Sink should play her. Yeah, because it's that kind of tomboyish role she's been playing on Stranger Things, you know, and she's shown such a cool range of emotions, actually. Like, she's quite an underrated character in it. And she had that whole thing with Billy and his death and all at the end of the last season. You were like, damn, you know what? Nice. And I haven't seen her in anything, I don't think, outside of Stranger Things, so I'm kind of like, yeah, no, it's time for that. And again, 17/18, right kind of age. Perfect. Next. Now, Z. Z. Yeah, I already mentioned it. Z is that kind of character. You were kind of like, oh, I don't like her very much. Oh, no, she's not very nice, but she's kind of cute. I kind of wish I had a babysitter like that as well, kind of a little bit. But yeah, Z is this kind of not nice, very hardcore. What age am I? Very kind of, she's gothic in nature. As a babysitter for DJ, she's not great. She's not very nice. No, I think it'd be really fun to see somebody like Zoey Deutch in this role, because I love Zoey Deutch. I don't know if I've cast her in anything recently. I love Zoey Deutch, and she did a film called Buffaloed last year, where she was this very, like, for her, it was a very unusual kind of rough and tough role with a much different kind of accent, and I kind of went, hey, you know what? It'd be quite funny to see her in like a completely different kind of role like this, as someone just out and out, like, she's very uncaring, but she's also like a bit crazy. A little bit crazy, Z. And Zoey Deutch would be so good at just bringing so much comedy to that, you know, because she's so funny. She's so delightful, and I love Zoey Deutch. Yeah. Next. Then her boyfriend, Bones. His name is Bones. The names in this: Chowder, Z, Bones, DJ. Who are these people? So Bones is, you know, he's just the kind of male version of Z, really. Yeah, he's this gothic character. He's terrifying looking if you actually look at him. My God, you know. And I just think, you know, you need somebody else who is roughly the same age as Zoey Deutch, will pull off a great kind of comedic style with that. I kind of want to cast Will Poulter, actually. It was an unusual choice, I thought, but like he's kind of done this mixture of different styles of comedic roles. He did like the squeaky clean one in We're the Millers, and I'm just kind of like, it'd be funny to see him in this kind of much more gothic style. And he does look like this kind of guy who could be like this bully that chases DJ around, you know? I don't know if that's mean to say that he looks like a bully, but like he looks like he could like be that kind of like immature adult bully that goes around messing with teenagers, you know? Messing with teenagers, Bones, Will Poulter next, okay? Now, then you need, been talking about how ridiculous the names are, then you need the Nebbercrackers, yeah! The Nebbercrackers. Okay, so basically, Horace Nebbercracker and Constance Nebbercracker are the old man, the old creepy old man lives in that scary house, and his dead, very large wife. Yeah. So I think, okay, I'm gonna put this out there. First, you need young Horace Nebbercracker, because you only see Constance in the flashbacks with him, and I don't really know what ages are meant to be in those flashbacks. She looks, but maybe that's just the way it, like, a bit older than him, certainly, in them. So I'm comfortable with the idea of casting Bill Skarsgård as young Nebbercracker. I know, it again, you know, but if, you know, he's so creepy as Pennywise, but quite separately, he was recently in The Devil All the Time on Netflix, and he was this kind of father figure who was just trying to be a good man, but then after his wife died, he turned like bitter and stuff and sour, and I was kind of like, whoa, yeah, Nebbercracker. So he could be the young version of Nebbercracker in the past and the flashbacks and stuff like that for sure. And Constance, and this is the only Constance we see because, well, spoilies if you haven't seen Monster House, but she's the house. She becomes the house after dying, but we only need her as on the younger side, okay? So it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough because you don't know whether to try and cast somebody who they could CGI in the weight, or I'm kind of going to go the other way with it, I think, yeah. I kind of want to cast Chrissy Metz from This Is Us, yeah. I want to say, definitely, looking at the kind of weight that they've got Constance at in the original movie, they would probably still need to add on some padding or CGI to Chrissy Metz. Like, she's not massive or anything, you know, but she is on that side of things, and she's so good. You know, everything I see her in, even like, I saw her in Sierra Burgess as a Loser, you know, didn't like that. But even that, like, she is just She's just so good and nice, and it'd be... I want someone for Constance with a nice persona to seem like she should be nicer than she really was. She wasn't actually all that nice, and then she is, like, as the house, she's pretty mean, yeah. Finally, we need old Nevercracker. Yeah, this is the big one, this is the big one, this is the big one. You need somebody on the older side, doesn't look terribly unlike an old version of Bill Skarsgård, I suppose, and primarily can just be that mixture of sympathetic. You're meant to feel sympathetic for Nevercracker, definitely, because of what happened to his wife and because he's so alone and stuff, and also kind of because he's trapped in that house a bit, yeah, with her trying to protect these kids by being mean to them, you know, but you're also meant to be, like, scared of them. Yeah, easily, definitely, yeah. In my mind, and I don't know if maybe he's too old now to still be doing much. I don't know for sure how much he's done recently, but Robert Duvall, yeah, no, definitely. Robert Duvall is that perfect mixture of rough and gruff exterior with such an easy-to-love, sympathetic nature behind him, you know, in so many different roles, and I'd love to see him doing that kind of thing. There's definitely other ways you can go for Nevercracker, but I feel like he's just like such a... he's just so perfect for that kind of thing, you know. I love Robert Duvall. He's great. Come on, come on. And that's all for this Fancast, guys. Leave your suggestions down in the comments below. I've gotten all of them. You know, there's a list here. I've got a list. It's a long list. And I'm making my way through them, and I'm doing a lot of Halloween-y ones coming up, so check out those by subscribing. Subscribe. Please subscribe. Please.